Do you think cheating is ever okay? We're really getting into it. Welcome to today's podcast.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of No Hate, No Shame, our podcast. I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and if not, I hope this video can bring you a little bit of comfort.
Honestly, like, the first thing that popped in my head is no. That's what I have to say, is just no.
No.
Like, I just no.
How about November 9th? Do you think that cheating was okay?
You gotta remind me what happened. Like,
because wasn't it...
thing? What?
The whole sister thing was just so weird. Not the sister thing, but wasn't she with another guy at a club, and then Ben just like comes up and sweeps her off her feet and was like, "You suck."
Oh yeah. No, and
they
you
were
saw
like
that
doing stuff.
Yeah, you saw that like in Normal People. No, it was in If He Had Been With Me, and like they had sex, but like he didn't like break up with
his ex.
Spoiler. Yet. And I wrote that in the book. I was like, so like, he didn't break up with his ex?
Yeah.
Like, even if she was toxic or whatever, you see that tan mark?
Yeah.
Like, even if she was toxic, she's still, I feel like it's just like decent human respect to tell people stuff like that.
Yeah.
It irks something deep inside of me. I just can't.
Yeah, I think there's very, very few situations I think cheating could ever be okay. Mm-hmm. Like, if it was like an abusive relationship or whatever, or like whatever was going on. Like, I think it's like a 1% type thing. But majority of relationships, I think that if you're ever at the point where you want to cheat, then at that point, like, maybe you need an open relationship, or like you just need to end it with that person.
Yeah. Alright.
Would you ever stay with anyone if they cheated on you?
And I was thinking about that. Last night. I was thinking about it. Because when I, like, last summer, I was like, oh no. But if, like, somebody cheated on me, like, I would know. That would be the last straw. Like, I would never, like, still want to be with someone who cheated on me. And then I was thinking about that now, and I was like, okay, that's, like, I'm trying to get my thoughts in order. And this is not what I'm trying to say. Like, I just thought of it, like, I would never wait around for someone who cheated on me. But, like, I feel now that, like, you can't really choose how you feel about that. But I feel like it'd just be so, like, not that, like, not, like, to hate on people, but I feel like for me it would just be so embarrassing to, like, get back with someone who cheated on me. Like, personally, I'd probably never be able to move on from that.
I think it depends. Depends on how long, when I find out, how I find out type thing. But I realize that there's, like, many relationships that I've seen, just, like, family and outside of family, where people have either cheated or been cheated on. And some of them I didn't know for a while until it was just, like, after the fact that they got over it. And so it makes me think differently, almost like how, like, someone could be, like, your best friend or, like, your cousin or whatever, and they're a cheater, right? Because, you know, I think especially with how polarized, like, politics or whatever, just, like, our society, especially with TikTok, it's, like, this person's either a good person or they're a bad person. And so I think, like, the summer of, like, 2020, when we're all indoors, I started just realizing how gray life is and how there's so much more to people than just, like, oh, they're on the good list or they're on their naughty list type thing. And so it's just, like, I think it would be a lot of work, obviously, to work past it. I don't know if I'd want to, like, go through it and, like, figure out if I could do it, but I think it would just, like, depend on the whole situation.
Yeah, and I just feel like a lot of things in my life have just, like, turned me away from that, and I would
for sure.
I would just not want to. I had, like, a zero tolerance policy, like, this is a no for me.
Like, that's a red flag. I don't like being cursed at for anything. So, like, I literally ended it with, like, one person because of that. So it's just, like, the idea of, like, cheating, like, yeah, like, you just gotta nip it in the bud. But at the same time, I think it would just depend on
and especially now, like, we're young, and, like, people, like, make mistakes, and it's, like, it's complicated. It definitely is.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, I got that question from a YouTube video, because they were like, ask 100 humans, like, their thoughts on it, and some women were like, yeah, like, if it's early on in the relationship, then yeah, like, don't get back with them, but if you're married, then try and fix it.
Yeah.
But I think it just depends, because, like, if it's been happening for months, like, I don't think whether or not you're married or not should really...
Okay,
I mean,
I disagree. I just feel like if I was married, I'm doing everything I can.
What if you're married but with no kids?
still I'm doing everything I can.
What if you're only together for like a year?
I'm doing everything I can. Like for me, marriage.
Is it just the title?
What do you mean?
Like just the title of marriage that you're like, we are more committed than like if we were just boyfriend and girlfriend?
No, I just feel like for me, marriage is like, I'm trying to get married once and like not have to get married again. Like I'm not. I really would like to just pick one person and stick with it, even no matter the work. So like if I was married, I would work through it. But like if I was not married, even if we were in a long-term relationship, I probably would end it because.
What if the cheating was happening since like before y'all got married? Like what if I'm just throwing out random scenarios. Like what if it was going on for like a while, and y'all were married, like dating for a year, second year into marriage.
It would be hard, but I would probably still work on it.
Yeah. That's when some therapists get a lot of money.
That's when we go to couples counseling for sure. So yeah.
And then I just wrote down a little note. It's like one of my biggest irks is when people are like, if someone cheats on you and you stay with them and they cheat on you again, it's your fault. Because
no, it's not.
Exactly, and like you haven't read It Ends With Us, but it's a Colleen Hoover book. One of my it's like that one and November 9th are tied for my two favorites for Colleen Hoover's. But it was like a big thing where like kind of spoiler alert, but it's like there's an abusive relationship in it, and a part of it she's looking at her mom who's abused, and for so long she was mad at her mom for like staying, but then she's like, why do we always blame the women or blame the victim in a cheating or abusive relationship instead of asking like, why are these just bad people? Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, if they cheat on you again, then it's like your fault. Like shame on you twice. Like it's your fault or whatever. But it's just like, no. Like if you expect people to be good people and like try to work on it, then like how are you gonna blame the victim? Like,
yeah.
Do you have any follow-up questions or any side? Because we can go on tangents. Like it doesn't just have to be like.
Okay, my tangent is that so with the whole Colleen Hoover thing, like we were like it was at KOC, mm-hmm. and we were like all in the circle, and you know that girl I was telling you about?
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking
about.
And
then so like we were all sitting there, and then like Carissa was there too. I'm sorry to name drop. And then it's fine, she knows this. Yeah. And then it was like we were talking about books, and I was like, oh yeah. And then like they brought up Colleen Hoover, and then I was like, I don't know how it came up. And then they're like, oh, Colleen Hoover, guys, I can't believe everything I read of her was so awful. Like I can't believe. And then they were like, they asked me, and I was like, well, guys, like November 9th was like pretty good. And then they're like, are you kidding me? Like, isn't there a scene where like he's like pulling her arm to like get back in the car? Like that is crazy. Oh, yeah. But like, and I was like, okay, like there is a scene like that. Yeah. But like. Really that one, and then I remember I watched this one, and they were like dogging on me the entire conversation, like, I can't believe anyone would like Colleen Hoover, especially November 9th, that's the worst book.
Oh my gosh.
And then there was this like one YouTube video, and it was like reading the worst Colleen Hoover book, and it was November 9th, and I was like, guys, please listen to me, like that book is like pretty good, like just like please.
Yeah, people either love or hate like November 9th, because it's like you either look past someone's flaws or it's like, no, like you suck.
Yeah.
Which I mean, that book is pretty twisted.
It is.
It is. I still think Verity is probably worse. Like not like it's a bad book, but like the things that happened in the book.
Yeah, they were saying like, Verity was one of the other ones, so it was kind of.
I really would love to meet Colleen Hoover and just know like how did these stories just like pop in your head. Mm-hmm. Like, I think it's so fascinating. Oh, and then how we were saying, like, green flags, like, being good with kids. I bet you're living it up on Kids on Campus. Seeing some of those guys just with the kids.
Actually, yeah, one of them. But the rest of them are just so...
Yuck. So, back to what we were talking about.
Okay.
Platonic love.
Yes, platonic love. So, I felt like... I don't even know what I felt like, especially, like, you and me, like, that is just, like, love, that is just, like, between you and me, like, we're just besties, I feel like we're, like, soulmates, like, we just complete each other, and outside of our relationship, I do feel like, with, like, some friends from my middle school, and especially, like, male friends, it's, like, kind of hard to make that distinction between, like, do I like you romantically, or I like you, like, just as a friend, and I feel like, for, like, certain people, it's just, like, you've always been there for me, and I like that consistency of like always being there for me. So like if you can just follow through with what you're gonna say, and you can stick with me through my highs and my lows, then I just love you so much. And I feel like, for me, like, at a point in my life, it was just, like, really hard. No, just, like...
You got a baby lamb back there?
I feel like it was just at a point where I was like, oh, I feel like I'll never be able to tell someone I love them. But now I've reached, like, a maturity where it's just, like, I just want to tell everyone I love them. Like, I really don't care. Like, I would like to just throw love around because I feel like one day, like, you're going to wish you had said that to someone. So I just try to, like, even, like, with people I don't really know well, like, just some acquaintances at school, I'm like, I love this person. Like, they've just always been very good to me. So, yeah.
That was something I was thinking about, like, because I wrote letters for some of my coworkers before, like, I'm leaving soon because I'm going off to college. And something I was thinking about is just the fact, like, how much they appreciated it and they weren't expecting it. And I originally made those as, like, my goodbye, like, this is the last you'll ever see me type letters. But I'm working there for, like, 2 more weeks. So now we just, like, all know what we know with what I wrote in those letters, good or bad. No, it was all good. But it just made me realize how, like, a lot of people wait until, like, the end of an era to say, like, their final I love yous, or this is how much you impacted me, like, when your family's sick in the hospital or whenever someone's moving. And I was just like, why do we wait? Because, like, we really don't even know if we have tomorrow or, like, if we'll see each other again. So it's like, why not just, like, tell someone, like, I love you and I appreciate you now, like, this is how you've impacted me, like, I see you like this, thank you for that. And it's just like, why don't we just do that more? And so I'm trying to get better at that, just being, like, I'm already a pretty genuine person, but just being more comfortable with just, like, expressing that, like, all the time and not having to wait. Because it's like, what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
I was going to, like, break out into song, but I couldn't. That sounded like a good song lyric, like, what are we waiting for? But I can't think of a song with that, you know? All right. But yeah, and then just, like, getting better at, like, reaching out to people and, like, just expressing how much I love and care for them, and not just, like, assuming, like, oh
they know.
Yeah, like, they know, or, like, they'll always be there. Like, no, like, why is it who is it hurting just to tell them and clarify, like, I love you, or, like, here, let me do this for you, let me give you a hug, like, whatever the love language is. Like, why not just do it?
Yeah. Oh, another thought. I just think it's, like, people... This is what I was talking to. Are we gonna cut this out?
I'll put, like, a little beep.
Okay.
Or something.
Okay, you're gonna put a beep. Okay. Yeah. I was talking to. I don't think can you stop laughing?
No, it's just the fact when he texted me, like, it was just so silly.
That was so out of pocket.
It was so silly.
Anyways, so I was talking to him, and he was telling me, like, because I guess he spends a lot of time with Canyon and Zoli, and he's like, but, like, have you seen them together? They just look, like, so in love.
They
and,
really
like,
do.
I, like, just really want that. And I'm like, okay, you glorify this, but I've been in that position where, like, I really wanted that title of, like, girlfriend, boyfriend, but, like, what does it do? Like, you just need that relationship with someone. Like, that's what I'm saying, like, with our relationship, like, I feel like I've grown so much because, like, I understand, like, how to, like, be better for someone. Like, I would have never thought to, like, oh, let's have these check-ins. Like, I would have never, even though it was my idea, I would have never thought that we'd be this, we'd come this far with them. And, like, just the way that, like, we treat each other and, like, try to be always open and genuine. And, like, I just feel like that is so special, and that teaches me a lot. Like, if I was going into a romantic relationship, I want to bring, like, everything in our relationship over there.
I'll just be your little third wheel, like, your little counselor.
So, like, now I just, like, understand, like, what it means to, like, love people. So, yeah.
But, you know, Zoli and Canyon do look like they're just, like, always so happy, like, and they don't even, like, make a big show of it, like, this is my girlfriend, this is my boyfriend. They're not even always together, but it's, like, when they are together, like, you hear the other one, like, you just, like, they're just, like, one of two, you know? They're just so cute. I love them. Because there's, like, 2 more topics, but I think those could be, like, for another time.
Just do it now, girl. I don't know what you're trying to do.
Okay, the other thing was just, like, I literally just have, like, one, we talk about the books that we've read. Oh. But, like, that's a lot. Yeah. And then, because we are book buddies. Yeah. And we're taste buds. Yeah. So, so and then, like, how to get over a heartbreak. I'm like, that's its own thing. That's a lot. And then the last one is just us being mixed. And, like, how that's been growing up.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have to talk about those right now.
Yeah, see, like, I was like, those are all, like, big, heavy-hitting topics.
Okay, well, I didn't know. I was like, I thought it was going to be like, what's your favorite?
I'm mysterious
Pancakes
for a reason.
Waffles?
But, like, waffles.
Yeah, for sure. Pancakes are just so boring.
I used to despise waffles growing up, though. I was like, waffles are so gross. I was like, my mom would always want to take me to Waffle House. I'm like, no, like, I don't like Waffle House. I want to go to IHOP.
Okay, well, like, the waffles from Waffle House aren't that good, but, like, I like the thick waffles that you make, like, at home, like, the ones in the, those be hitting so hard. I remember when I was, this is not related, but, like, when I was little, I would, like, cut up, like, strawberries and mix it with, like, cream cheese, and then, like, put it on toast. That stuff was busting. Like, that was so good. Like, and then when I moved here, I would make, like, so I put, like, some basic, like, the regular Honey Nut Cheerios, and then, like, some peanut butter, some honey, and, like, some milk, and, like, I would mix it around. Like, not a lot of milk, but, like, just a little bit of milk, and, like, I just eat it, and it was, like, really good. Like, I don't know. I was on some crack.
You're just like a little chef.
I was on some crack in 2020. Like, I was making all kinds of things in 2020.
I think we all were. We're like, you know what? Let's just try this new food combination. Like, all the snacks in the house are getting boring. Like, let's just mix it up a bit.
No, but I saw this one video, and it was this guy who's doing a promo for, like, you know, like, I don't know if they're, like, Ritz crackers. No, like, they're not the, I don't know how to describe it, but, like, they're, like, these crackers.
Okay.
And he was, like, come make mini cracker pizzas with me, and, like, he was like, he would put the cracker and then put the cheese and then put the pepperoni. I'm like, homeboy, who is making that?
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do with Ritz, though. Or, like, whatever crackers. Like, they literally show it on the box.
No,
like,
but, like, he's putting it in the oven, though.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even use my oven. Like, I just use a microwave.
I'm like, who's putting it in the oven, dog? Like, and then, like, people, like, these health girlies are making, like, they'll cut up the strawberries, they'll, like, put some yogurt in there, mix it around, they'll dip it in chocolate, and they'll freeze it. And I'm just like, they sell things like that. Like, why am I gonna
make it? It adds unnecessary dishes. I just think like microwavable raw chicken, that is too funny. Oh, because he was in DC and was like, you know, I'm really confused on why you did some things in the apartment that you did. And he's like, really, like what? And then she was like, you know, like, you bought hard-boiled eggs. Like, you could have just bought raw eggs and then made them. And then he was like, okay, and what else? And then she's like, you literally bought microwavable raw chicken. I'm like, that doesn't even sound sanitary. Yeah. Like, how is it raw, but
microwavable? Where did he find hard-boiled eggs that were...
I mean, you can buy, like, hard-boiled eggs in stores. They come in, like, little packs of, like, 2s, I think. And they're just, like, in this weird, like, sealed cling wrap type bag. Like, have you ever gotten pepperoni and it's like it's kind of like that but with eggs and like the shell's already off, so you just have some hard-boiled eggs.
Alright.
I don't think I even eat hard-boiled eggs. I think I've had it like twice.
I just don't like hard-boiled eggs like that. I never will. I'm a fried egg girl.
I like sunny side if I was gonna eat it.
What is that? Like, what's the difference between sunny side and fried?
I don't know. I love these hard-hitting questions. Wait, what is fried?
It's like a sunny side up egg. It's like you put it on the pan, and you flip it, and then you eat it.
Then I guess I like that. I just like it when the yolk is so runny.
Yeah, I like it when the yolk runny is so delicious.
And at Epa's growing up, like, first, as a child, it was always, like, a childhood thing where it's, like, the kids only ate it with cheese and butter, and then as you matured, then you start adding bacon or, like, a sunny side egg in it. It's basically, like, a Hispanic English muffin or, like, a Hispanic, like, breakfast sandwich, and I really want to make arepas for y'all sometime. And it's, like, they're super basic, but, like, they just hit
I've never had an arepa.
It's like, don't you know how you eat, like, breadsticks with pasta? It's just like that. You literally can eat it with, like, like, when I was in Spain, we had, like, salmon and just arepa. And you just, like, it's a little carb with your meal. Okay. And then, like, my family...
So, like, our tortillas? Like a tortilla?
Basically. I mean, because I know some people, like, just eat a tortilla and then take it by salad or something. It's like that, basically. Or, like...
tortillas are just, like, a little snack. Like, they'll have, like, these little, like, vendors... And, oh my goodness, like, in Mexico, like, I don't know what it is, but, like, they won't cook it fully, and they'll put, like, a lot of salt, and then it's, like, kind of like a mush thing. It's, like, a ball of, like, tortilla dough, but, like, a really salty, and it's, like, kind of cooked, but not.
Yeah.
And you eat it, they're so good, dog. I don't know what they're called, but they are delicious.
Yeah. But yeah, and then like my family, they sell like arepitas, so they're just like the miniature ones, and we got this like homemade sauce that we make. You just dip it and eat it like chips basically, and so good. Just side eye the camera. Hey. All right. Any final words?
No, I'm just gonna miss you. I hope when you look at this video, you'll be like, oh, we were so happy then.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. We'll get the hang of this eventually and just become like pro casters or whatever. No hate, no shame. You might just
we have to get like the table and like the water bottles.
Oh my gosh, the funny random mugs.
Yeah.
And then like maybe like personal microphones at some point. You know? So do you want to have your socials in the description?
Sure.
You don't have to say them now. I'll just link them. But yeah, don't forget to check out the description box for not only my socials, but her socials too. I'll also link Suburb Talks because honestly, it's too real. It's too funny all the time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful day today.
I go back to December.
Nyeli and I's Folkcast. Are you posting it right now? Come on, just make your story.
I try to be like
cool and edgy.
I try to be cool and edgy, but it's hard. It's hard being me sometimes. Bye.
Yep.
That was great.
I'm excited. I was gonna say I'm excited for the bloopers.
All of us laughing because I feel like that was very.
Just like a consistent 1 minute of us just laughing.